Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everybody. It's that time again. Actually, I have to let me post this. Just a moment. I gotta send this to Sideburns real quick. Hope everyone's doing all right. Doing all right, making good grades. Because the future's so bright, you gotta wear shades. If you are so inclined. There is a toast. All right. Anyways, how's things going, everybody? I got a couple of things that I'm kind of working on. I've been working on my inking, and I started this, but it hasn't gone anywhere yet. Let me show you what I just finished this morning or this afternoon. I just did this piece for class. It's the assignment was to do like a city or buildings. I hope I did it right. I don't know, man. And it's still got some pencil in it, so let me erase a little bit more. That's life. And I thought I would do this fighter kid. And I also have this building. Now the building, this was part of the class. Like he was doing a demo and I was following along. And it's a gigantic brush. And he was showing how the shadows kind of gather at the tops of the buildings because of the streetlights down here. And they're kind of uplit. Now he didn't get so far as to do the other plane of the building. So I'm like, is that black too? Do I black that out too? Right? So I'm going to go ahead and try and black it out too. I have another brush. So we're going to give it a shot. Like, I don't know if it's going to really work. But, you know, what's the worst? What's the worst that could happen? I've got a brush here. I've got some Kuretake ink. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's one of those things, you know, it's okay to throw out art if you don't think it came out very good. You don't have to keep everything. You don't have to live like a refugee, according to Tom Petty. Hang on a moment. Look how dirty my brush is. All right, hang on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. I gotta turn these things on. There we go. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. There we go. The clapping cuts off abruptly from our studio audience, but anyway, so I'm going to try and fight this building and try and see if it. Actually, maybe I should ask Sideburns. Quick question. All right, see my building here where I've got the black plane on this side, and this side I haven't done any shading. Would this black out too, or do you assume that it's a different? Like maybe I should do like.
What side is the light source coming from?
I
assume the right.
I would assume the right too, but it's like the lighting is really underneath. Like the lighting is coming up from street lights, so it could be on both sides. So it's not clear. Like I kind of want to ask next time I'm in class. The class is on Wednesday nights, and if they offer this class again, I'm going to take it again. But I'm getting a lot out of it. Let me show you did I show you this? This is what I turned in for my last thing. This came out really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
My building piece.
And you got your character in there, too.
Yeah, I got my character in there. Not everyone has been doing that. Actually, there's been a couple of people who haven't even turned in assignments yet. So, or they turn in like the first one, the really super easy one. But then like they just sort of, they're still in class, but they just don't want to turn in assignments. They're not like bad or anything like that. I mean, they did okay on the first assignment. I would assume they would want to keep it rolling.
Mm-hmm.
keep it rolling. You don't get critiques if you don't turn stuff in. The critiques are kind of the point. And if I'm not embarrassed, nobody should be embarrassed, because I put stuff. I like turn stuff in, and he goes, "Your perspective is off." It is. Your line weights are messed up. They are. Like when I did the forest drawing, I did some really questionable line weights. Like I had the thighs really thick, but then I had the club really thin, like it's like behind them or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and black it out and just see what happens with this. Like, see if it matters. Maybe it doesn't matter.
I got this set of mechanical pencils from a place that sells like workwear, like uniforms, and I went there to get new boots because
nice.
Mine were really falling apart. For my eyes.
What do they in Australia? They call that like the tradies or the
tradies? Yeah, they're all tradies and general mechanic type work. They wear protective gear or PPE somehow. Like boots is one of those things, and I went to get these ones. They're more like oil and and the other ones kind of had they felt nice when I first got them, but they slowly deteriorated and got water leak into them, and that's not good because
that's the worst. Yeah.
I have special orthotics that are kind of deteriorated because of that, and I might need new ones.
I also have the special inserts I put in my shoes because I get tendonitis, so I just started doing that this year. I thought my foot was broken. Like, it was bad. It was really rough. And I think it was January. And like I was even on crutches for a while. I was crutching it. Crutch groove. And well, after a while I got better. I got better.
That's good.
And then then I've when I went back, like the medical system is so weird. They said, okay, come back and get an appointment to come back, and we'll to check you out. So I go and I get this medical appointment, and they give it to me for like 3 months away. And by the way, you know what the treatment for? When I went in with my thing where I thought my foot was broken, I couldn't walk. Like I had to slide across the floor to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night because I just couldn't make it. I had to you get on the floor and you're just kind of like, I'm gonna just like crawl to the bathroom.
Crawl to the bathroom. Wow.
Oh, because I couldn't stand on the foot, So then it's like soap. It was terrible. I go to the doctor. They give me like one of those boots, like the stabilization boot, and some crutches. And there's no treatment. Like I got an X-ray because they were like, well, if it's broken, we can check if it's broken. It wasn't broken. It was just soft tissue issues. I thought it was broken. But it got better. Well, anyways, the long story short, I go back. They give me an appointment like 3 months later, which sounds like a short time, but it's a long time. You're like, you forgot you ever had the problem because you're all better by then. But I ended up really shocking myself with how much I weighed when I went in. So I went on Noom. After that, and I've done really well on that. Like I've lost a ton of weight over on that thing.
Nice.
Yeah. That Noom stuff works. It's not there's no gimmick to it. That's what's cool about it.
What's the general idea? I think I've heard of it before.
The general idea is it's an app on your phone, and what you do is you weigh in every morning. You get a scale, and they give you a lesson every morning that you have to read, and it's a pretty good lesson, like about calories and exercise and all that stuff. And then you also have to log your meals, right? They tell you to and it's done right there on the app. So like if you had like a sandwich and you go, okay, what kind of sandwich? A turkey sandwich. you just go 2 slices of turkey, bing, rye bread, 2 slices, bing, bing. They have mayo on it, like a little mayo packet, bing, and then it's logged. And then you have to, and then you got to stay under budget. So it's almost like a little video game. But you don't have to eat any special food or anything. You're just trying to stick to the
Trying to
limits
monitor
that are
your
in the
activity,
food that
yeah.
you're already, that you're already eating anyways. Like it's,
Mm-hmm.
and then and in order to kind of win the game, you start buying better stuff. You know, buying
Mm-hmm.
different kinds of things at the grocery store and following the recommendations and all that other stuff. So I'm not sure if this is working. I'm looking at my. Maybe a brush wasn't the best way to do it. Well, maybe it's okay. I don't know. But also, I wanted to show this. Hang on. I got a couple of things from Amazon. But this is the unboxing video part of this. I already opened up. I know what's in there. But in case people are interested, I got really interested in the sort of classic illustration from my inking class, and I was looking for things to illustrate. And I ran across this illustrator. His name is Henry J. Ford, and he illustrated these fairy tale books. And so I got 2 of them, and they're really cool. Look, this one's like the moon. It's like I don't know if you can see it, but it's a guy with his head is the moon.
Oh,
I don't know. It's kind of badass. And there was like stuff with like dragons. I love these knights, the enchanted ring. I mean, I'm liking the like just for pure inking. The illustrations in this are great. Now it says, like this is like. That's like Dungeons and Dragons right there. Like we got the wizard, you know, and they're coming up to this Hydra, 7-headed snake thing. I hope I don't stain it. Just beautiful illustrations. And I got the idea that I'd like to illustrate like Henry J. Ford. I don't know if I ever will, obviously. I really look at this. She's like a troll woman. The princess drinks the phial to take away the horns. No, keep the horns. They're cool. All right, anyways. So I got 2 of them. I got the green one and the blue one. Now, unfortunately, the blue one, it says illustrated by Henry J. Ford, and I've seen the illustrations online, so I know that they're different illustrations. But instead of illustrations, this one has paintings, which I don't like as much. Because that wasn't the whole point. But I think that this is the blue one is the first one. There's a red one, a green one, a yellow one, a pink one of these volumes. They're about $14 each. Oh, there's one. There's an illustration. There's a painting right there. And they're, you know, the paintings are cool. They're full color. I would have much rather have had the Henry J. Ford illustrations. My girlfriend pointed out they're supposed to look like Maxfield Parrish, which they totally do. The lighting is very Maxfield Parrish. I also love these borders. I don't know if you can see the border there, but it's done. It's the acanthus leaf border, classic look over there. And I did. I got commissioned for a bunch of D&D stuff for a magazine called Delver. And one of the things they wanted was character sheets. And they wanted like 4 different versions. There's another one. That's cool looking shit. And I could do whatever I wanted for the version. So one of them I did with the acanthus leaf scroll work. And let me show you that because it came out really good. I see in your title, Chapter 3 is done and dusted.
Yes.
I will post a link here in a second.
Post the link.
I will have it up.
Probably Chapter 3. Good. I would prefer the beginning of Chapter 3. Like, post that.
That is.
Let's see.
That is.
Page.
Sounds awesome.
Huh.
Is it already? Is it up? Like posted? I can actually. Let me get the link up there.
Oh, I have the link right here.
Oh, okay.
Wait a sec. That's not it. Chapter 1.
Opinion on modern art. I don't have a great opinion on modern art. I much prefer. Like, I mean, I guess I don't even know if I even like art. I like illustration, right? Is there a difference? So
here is the whole chapter. Now that's done.
So this is the scroll work I did on this D&D character sheet. It's got these two griffins. And like, this is where you would draw your character and like have their motto, kill them all or whatever. And then you could even like put in their shield over here if you wanted. And then this is where you put your strength and your intelligence and your dexterity and stuff. And it's all acanthus leaves. And it's a 2-pager. It's got front and back. It'll be on a like a postcard. So I hope it's big enough. I hope it shows at 6x9 because that's going to be fairly small. Anyways. Oh, I see. Put it right there. Control C. I'm going to put it out. I've got a banner that I can put it in. And there it is. Duckling Star, thecomicseries.com. Definitely check that out. We will leave that banner up. Let's see. Let me get rid of this here. We will be going back in and like I started roughing out page 16 this morning. Where's my stupid building that I was working on? I'm looking at my fingers, making sure they aren't too dirty. There it is, right here.
Glad to have finished it.
So, and your chapters are fairly long. They're like 30 pages or more. Right?
60 above.
pages. Yeah.
Well,
that's like the size of 2 full-size comics.
Yeah. I'm trying to cut back a little bit. Like
full flavor edition. Okay, now this is slightly bad. I can't find my ink. If I'm going to sit down, it'll be like sploosh. It's gone. Peter, what you do? There it is. Hang about. There it is. I'm still a member of Domestika, but I haven't taken any other courses lately. Maybe that I have to.
I have a Blender course, but I'm probably gonna play it do it in holiday when I'm on holidays.
Well, are those coming up for you? I guess they're coming up for everybody because of the Christmas holidays.
Yeah, we have a scheduled. We have a scheduled. What's it called? Rap seats. It's RAP. It's something like that.
I don't know. I definitely think my perspective is way off. Somehow it kind of still works. I mean, if you didn't care about perspective so much, like some of those Ditko dream sequences, the buildings start to bend. Come on now. Let me jump back into the comments. Din22 is trying to bait us into talking about modern art.
No, I don't know if he is baiting us.
I'm not being baited. I'm not taking the bait. Gosh darn it.
He is, personally.
What's your opinion on modern art? I don't care about it.
I don't really care about it. Like, it's overly intellectual, I find.
Yeah,
Instead of like
think
on the
that's a good way to
experience
say
of the
it.
person.
I think that's a good way to say it.
Trying to be as original, or throw all spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. Sometimes it's just outrageous.
I saw a clip of somebody on X, and they were, which by the way, it's X, not Twitter.
Okay. I'm gonna still call it Twitter. Don't matter.
I like Cyber's direction. Okay.
Okay, boomer.
I can actually see the I can see the meme on there too. But and it was just this real stupid thing where it's a guy has a girl tied up by her feet and her hair is loose and he's dipping her into the paint and then spinning her around this floor.
That sounds fun, kind of. She's the human paintbrush.
She's the human paintbrush or something.
That's kind of funny. Actually. I would want to see that. I want to see that.
I mean, I won't say I didn't watch the entire clip, but it's like, oh my god, like what? Who's paying for this? Like who's? And there's like a whole bunch of people that are there that are just like applauding. They're like, yes, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think you really captured the postmodern aesthetic, or whatever. You know, this ain't great. I think we might just leave this as it is and just kind of. If I switch to nib pen instead of brush, this is not a great brush, by the way. This is my trash brush. It is a round 1 instead of a round 2, which is the recommended inking brush. But it is somehow like duller, like thicker. You can get like a really nice point on a round 2 if it's a good one. This brush is trash though. What if I did like just a night sky behind it or something? Or even better, I have where's my ruler? Here it is. What if I did vertical hatch lines? I think Crumb used to do that. Where it's kind of like I don't mind if they break.
Ooh. Well, that one looks nice.
What are you looking at?
Typewriters, like actual things for typing. Oh, and it's got Bluetooth in it. Wireless typewriter. Oh, it's a keyboard. Okay. So it's the aesthetic. All right.
That's kind of cool. I looked at
I got a
those.
similar thing. I got a Logitech thing like that with the same keys, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, with like the round keys.
I was thinking it was a real like typewriter. What's this? Electric typewriter. Oh yeah, Royal. This one's like $500. Yeah, makes sense. Royal Classic.
I haven't seen the last time an electric typewriter was for sale in any place. This must have been like the 90s.
What kind of ink does it use? Black ribbon paper support. It's a portable manual typewriter on the Go authors. Maybe Ulysses smell like this. Blue oil, milk construction, cartridge, 88 characters, and a black and red nylon ribbon. Okay. Do that for a richer look. Fair enough. Oh, that's what the ribbon is. Okay, that's yeah, I was about to ask. And they're only $33. That's cool. Ribbon twin.
How much is the ribbon?
$33 apparently, like a universal typewriter ribbon.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
4 pairs of us.
I had a typewriter.
You might be shocked, but I've never used a typewriter before. But I've heard they.
Oh, never?
No.
I guess it might be pretty rare.
I heard it makes a nice sound when you like I guess when you press enter on a keyboard, it's equivalent of that.
Yeah, it does like a chunk. Like
yeah. Yeah, Alyssa said he uses it for writing his scripts. The computer could be, I guess, a computer can be kind of distracting on its own. I can
possibly true.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2013, I went to Tunnels and Trolls Con, which is this little tiny convention in Phoenix for the Tunnels and Trolls game, and it's so small. It's literally like 20 people. There's almost nobody there. But as part of it, you can go by. It's Ken's sister's house, Ken St. Andre's sister's house, to go play poker, like as part of it. And they had an old 386 computer that they were still using. That was down there, running something. That less than a meg of RAM, like 680 kilobytes or something like that. Oh, this works. This kind of works. I'm trying to create something that would look like good as a spirit panel, like Will Eisner spirit panel.
The Iron Age media. Let's see.
All right. I got a bunch more nibs. I got something else in the mail and I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what I ordered. I should probably check that out. Where is my little knifer? Oh, I know what it is. Okay, cool. Never mind. Super cool. All right, it was nothing art related, so don't worry about it.
It was what?
It was not art related. It was some game stuff that I got.
Opinions
Sometimes
on opinion pressing.
opinions on opinions expressing.
Mhm.
Negative into two.
Miss me with that.
I don't have negative
Mhm.
opinions. I have good opinions. So today, I posted a picture in the Gilded. My
Everyone
girlfriend
hated
and I
it.
went to
Knocking.
we went to this place called Crabtown,
Mm-hmm.
and what it is it's it's like a bar restaurant kind of thing, but what they have is they've literally had the same collection of pinball and video games up since the 80s, right? So they've got some of them are like 40 years old, and they also collect them. So there's like 70 games in working order there. So I played two kinds of Kiss pinball games. I played um I think I literally spent about $10 worth of quarters.
Mm-hmm.
I played Asteroids, Baby Pac-Man, which is different from all the other Pac-Mans. It has a built-in. So Baby Pac-Man is like Ms. Pac-Man, except it starts as a video game, but if you go down one of the chutes, down below it opens up and it's a pinball game. So you have to play pinball, and then if you lose the ball, you go back into the maze, and you're up on the top screen.
So it's like the original game, but there's pinball added.
It has pinball added, right? So it's like a hybrid. It does both.
Uh-huh.
And then what else did we play? Well, it was really fun. My girlfriend got about 1 million free games of it's called 8 Ball, I think. Bally 8 Ball pinball. And I don't know. It was cool. Yeah, I think if I can get this to look credible, I'll turn it in. If it doesn't look good, I won't turn it in. Let me put some more light on the subject. There we go. To shed some light on the subject.
Which, oh wait, Twitter OLX has its own DV Tropes page.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Let that sink in.
X makes everything cool. I think he named his own son X.
He did, yeah.
X Angel something. That kid's gonna have a nice life. Anyway.
I think he probably will.
Mm-hmm.
I hope. I would hope. We don't have a complete collapse of civilization by then, which would be bad.
With black pills. Black pill show.
I am black pilled. That's right. Black pilled Pete.
Oh well.
Complete societal collapse. Imminent.
All
right. All right.
Okay, that could look a little smaller. So. Oh my god! I just bumped my headphone right up the camera. It's okay.
They go right. Let's see. Will not poison be more effective? Will rat poison be more effective when expired? Does it cease to be poison?
No, I don't think
That's
so.
a good question. You ask all the tough questions. So will it be more effective? It'll be less hallucinogenic, I guess. Strychnine. If I wasn't afraid of getting a copyright strike, I would play Strychnine by the Sonics, not by the Psychos. Warfarin. I kind of like doing these vertical lines because the natural breaks in the lines almost kind of read as stars or some kind of light. Maybe not stars. This has the look of a Soviet building. Suffice to say, I think that it works when you do the both sides. I think it's okay. It doesn't seem to hurt it that much. I feel rather dumb from my poor perspective because I didn't draw it out very well, or at all. I didn't draw it at all. I just kind of went in with ink. But at the same time, I would use this in a comic. I would put a bunged up perspective drawing in there. I don't care. This is all going to end up on one of Sideburn's great videos.
Why?
All right.
What
because you, I was just mouthing off about perspective and how much I hate perspective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well. There is something kind of fun and gestural though about, when you just don't go too far, don't go too crazy with perspective. Or in my case, even use a ruler. I might be able to fake in some corrections with some white ink.
Needs to be a bit closer. I don't know. I don't know how to do this.
I don't know. I'm kind of liking the idea of this grunge building. All right, let's try and get more of these lines. They're asking about your sculpting. Is your new hobby sculpting?
Yeah,
He's
for
creating. Yeah, so he's creating a. Actually, what
I'm
are you
making
creating
it
now?
like
Old
I'm
Debbie?
making like a pumpkin thing because
Oh, okay, cool.
I kind of forgot to carve the pumpkin this year. But I'm gonna make a new one.
Fair enough.
This little one is going to be a poor mold. It's not working out.
I assume that you don't have Thanksgiving
No.
in Australia.
No.
But do you know what it is? Do you like? Do you
Yeah,
have like a
it's like
harvest festival of some kind that you do, or
no.
where people get together and eat?
No, that's an American thing.
That's just an American thing. Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
There is a Canadian Thanksgiving, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that makes sense too because it's kind of in the same area. What if I did? I got my vertical lines. What if I did vertical lines going up from the toe up from the floor up from the flow up? That would look nice. I'm kind of liking these techniques just because I know that they wouldn't be allowed in any kind of modern context of comics. Like if you didn't have the modern look, you wouldn't have any credibility.
Really?
If you didn't have your stuff looking a certain way. But I'm liking the look of it.
At least I got the smile right.
Oh, and the pumpkin?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do this a little bit more, and then I'm going to switch over to my other illustration. Yeah, I posted, speaking of finished pages for finished stuff, I posted the new page 15 to Instagram, and also I post 3 places. I post it to the Gilded server, to Instagram, and to X also. And then a new one came out today. All right, let's see. Ugh.
Is that referencing a comic page, that assignment with the building?
This is literally done from the imagination. It looks kind of like a comic page though, doesn't it? It has a good comic feel to it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But nope, it's completely done from. There's not even any rulers involved here.
It's pretty good.
But it looks like it could be a background or something, you know. This may not get turned in. I'll get roasted. I'll turn in the other piece. Actually, I already did turn in the other piece. I went ahead and uploaded to the classroom. This is why it's easier for me to work digitally. It's so messy and there's no way to correct yourself, you know, at all. Do you draw parts of Duckling Star traditionally, right?
Mm-hmm. I did it for like the efficiency in digital, but I still like more the. It's a different experience to draw a physical thing than like just on the screen. I can zoom in and out.
That's for sure. Like it kind of forces me to rethink my strategy. Because I'm thinking, oh, I could just erase that, right? Well, think you can't erase it. It's think again.
Mm-hmm.
You will not be erasing anything. But there is a kind of grungy analog look that I really like that I'm getting. I don't think I can get digitally. Now, when I say grungy analog look, I'm saying it's messy and I'm making mistakes. But it's cool too. I like the look of it. All right. What if I do? I feel like my eyesight is going because I'm focusing in on it too much. DJB says, but the roughness is part of the character of the drawing. Yeah, that's totally true. The roughness is part of the character of the drawing. Absolutely. So, does that look bad or good? You can just be honest.
I think it's pretty good.
There is a grunginess to it that I like, but I know it's off. I mean, like I said, there's not even a ruler in use here, but it does look like a post-apocalyptic building of some kind. Like if we were to do some kind of Gamma World or post-apocalyptic Mad Max story where they're adventuring through a destroyed city with a, on horseback or something, and they saw this building, I would think this would be a good panel to have. Maybe have some characters in the foreground, up there. Like the shadows falling down. Yeah. And then EJP says I personally like it. Thank you so much. I do too. I'm hesitant. So I'm in a class, EJB. I'll show you my issue. I'll show you my issue. You want to see what the inside of a Qbert class looks like? Hang on. share my screen. So when you take a Qbert class, let me present. There it is right there. Share screen. Window. I think it is, well, let me do it. This one right here. Can I? Maybe I can't. Hang on for a second. What if I put it over here? Okay. So this is the classroom, and this is the piece that I turned in. And you can see that everybody has to turn in like these, like this guy's really good. See if I can zoom in on that a little bit. This is his nature piece. And like that's nice. I like all the little details. I love the textures of it. Here's somebody else's. I like this one too. This was really good. You know, he just did the plants. He didn't do a whole scene, but he did the plants. Like that one's really good too. I love this mossy tree. And you get a critique, you know, at the end of it. Where's mine? I think mine are right here. I did this one. This is a bad photo. The actual image is much better than I think the photo. I let me go. Oh, it's at work. I can't show it to you, but I think she came out okay. I like my tree over there. I like this little tree. He points out, he's like, this tree is growing out of her head. Like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Not great. Anyway. That's what Qbert classes are like. You get critiqued. You turn your stuff in. The teacher takes a look at it and he goes, here's what I would have done. And JP Buzzy was a really good inker, I have to say. The other thing is that I found out, and I did not know this, is there's no just one true way to ink at all, because I took the class from Joe Prado back in 2020. And he teaches a completely different, not just a completely different style, but like different rules. So Prado is very meticulous about, you do the close-up things first, and then, you know, and then you work further and further back, you know. He had certain textures that he wanted us to practice on. For example, like a hedge texture and a couple others. So Buzzy doesn't actually have us do that. And when it comes to like, he'll have a demo where he's doing something, and he'll do any piece that he thinks, like any line, he'll go, I'm just getting the easy lines first. And you know, he's just doing line here, line there, line there. He goes, now that I've got the easy ones over here, I'm going to take extra care to do these. He saves the face for last, you know. He's like, this is the most important part, so I'm saying, you know, all makes sense. Of course, what Prado said made sense too. It's like, you need to control your line weights, so you work up front close, and then you push further and further back. You know, and you go, oh, that makes sense. I'm going to do that from now on. And you know, and then you learn like basically a completely different set of rules. And it's not confusing to me. It's kind of cool to have both sets of perspective. And like I said, if they run this class again, especially if there was somebody else teaching it, I'll take it again just to see what else there is to learn. Like what are the other tricks of the trade that I don't know? Because it's, you know, it seems like it's a lot of them. I think I might have screwed up that part. I'm not sure I got a good gradient here, but it's whatever. I'll go in with white ink after this. And try and get some corrections done. But yeah, definitely take an inking class if you get a chance. I know they're a bit expensive, but
This look like sunglasses to you? Like, It's a bit bright, actually. Hold on.
Can you bring it closer to the thing?
1 sec.
Okay.
I think it's the other way around. Okay. It's like sunglasses.
Let's take a look. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On the pumpkin, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Correct.
Yeah. That's looking good. Are you gonna paint the pumpkin?
I'm gonna cast it. Well, I'm gonna actually bake it first because this is Sculpey, so I'll bake it first. Just hope it's not too thin in parts of it, but I think it's the right amount of thickness.
And then like make it as a something you can repeatedly cast, like do a mold for.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh man. I also thought about this because I was looking at the shades emoji, and I don't know, maybe this is like the highlight I'm putting on it, so that might look a little better.
Oh yeah. Like he sculpted the highlight in.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
This might have been the wrong nib for this. I've been using this 102 like a Maru nib. And it's cool. It's real thin, but it's really fussy. So sometimes it works, and then sometimes it gets like, I don't want to work.
Mm.
I don't know if this is gonna. All right, let's see if we can freehand a ruled border outline. That goes that long. The answer is probably no. At the end of it, the angle was bad. There are so many ways to approach inking. A lot of people work in opposite ways. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even just between brush and nib pen, and the one Prado really liked to use is the Tech Pen. In fact, actually, he kind of wanted everybody to use the Tech Pen, but he allowed microns. Buzzio would prefer us not to use microns in the class. He's like, I don't care what you do on your own, but just see if you can do it without the microns. I think that's what's throwing a couple of people off. Like some people haven't turned in work since he made that rule, because they just, they like their microns. And if you're not used to the dip pen, you might feel really clumsy with it. Not that I'm used to it or anything like that, because I'm not either. But I'm trying. I can see how you could get thrown off. This almost looks like it's like raining or something. One or two can be fussy in the menu. Yeah. So instead of a real 102, because I heard that those are hit and miss. I couldn't find any, right? So I went and looked. Yeah, it was recommended to get a 102, and I couldn't find one. But I got a Maru nib, M-A-R-U. And that's supposed to be like the It's basically the Japanese version of a 102. It's this side. So this one has two sides. You see, I've got two nibs. So the Maru is right here. It's the kind that looks like it's, all thin, and then this one is basically like a calligraphy nib. Best pencil size, says Din22. Well, I like an HB or a B.
I like a little bit below that, personally.
Lighter or darker? What do you mean by below?
H, like a H or an F. F is
I never heard
F
of
is
an
kind
F.
of a soft. Ever heard of F size? Yeah, it's a bit of a softish one. Have you heard of the Blackwing pencils?
Yeah. I've got. Well,
You got
this is
those?
not a Blackwing. This is a Ticonderoga, but I do have some Blackwings.
They come in an F size too.
Really, I didn't know that. The ones I got are they're called matte. Is all they say. So
Matte.
it doesn't say if it's. Yeah, it doesn't say. They don't use a traditional. Oh, I'm looking for them.
Means they won't be shiny, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, right. Is this it? Is this it? No, those are my Prismacolor blacks. Got some colored pencils too. But yeah, I bought some and they are matte black, because that's all it says on them. The Blackwings. They have a square eraser. I have one usually close at hand. It is softer than even these. These are like Ticonderoga, El Cheapo, pencils, and I use these for everything. But I also have like this is an H. It's super light. Like if I want to ink something and not leave any pencil behind at all, I use this lead holder. Love nibs. I have a whole bunch. Yeah, awesome. I do too. I think they're a lot of fun. I'm not good at it. The Maru nibs from different brands. You are correct. They do have a different feel, because I have zebras, and I just got this kind, and Nikko. And the Nikko ones are totally feel different. You're so right. So this one's called, I've already put one of these in, but I haven't got it right now. Maru Soft. So it's like, it is, it will like, it'll like, it'll bend. And there's these, I used to call these spoon nibs, or saji. I don't know. Evan told me another name for it, but it's it just says Japanese, and it's meant for writing Japanese calligraphy. But again, it's super flexible. It'll.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna check my door.
Oh, no problem. But for right now, I have the standard calligraphy nib in there, the Speedball calligraphy nib. I think that's what it is. Speedball 502, 512. I don't know what it is. Me not know. And it's really like, I got all kinds of dried ink on it now too. Yeah, Hunt / Speedball. Yeah, it's the same, right? Are they the same company? I think they're the same, and Speedball is more or less for calligraphy, while Hunt would be the artist, or something like that. Or maybe it's a different line. I should not put my ink like that. Okay. My only problem here is, what do I do at the bottom? Like, I've left it white, and I could probably just kayfabe in some lines and call it a day. Or dry brush. He had us learning dry brush too, which I've never. I know how to do it in watercolor, but he had us doing dry brush with the ink as well. Ooh, come on now.
I put it in my hand like that.
All right, I'm gonna try and. Maybe I can just like dark.
Want the grooves.
I don't know if I've screwed this up or not. We're gonna hope that it isn't too screwed up. Am I going too fast? I'm trying to go fast so that I preserve the speed is more likely to make me go straight, I think. Put some pock marks and stuff.
The flakes. Okay.
I almost want to like put my a character in silhouette or in one of these windows or at the top of the building, like maybe he's looking over the edge or something.
Hmm.
How would that even look? If I did it with a pencil. Kind of. Oh, I could totally do that. Like a Daredevil or Batman or something, he's up there. Or the Great Rabbit Fighter. Like, is he noticeable? I think he's kind of noticeable. I might have to use some white ink and like maybe give him a little bit of a halo around some of this stuff. All right. Where is where is a white pen? Right here. Will this make my teacher roll his eyes? You had to put your stupid character in there. Oh, it doesn't look good. That looks okay. What if there's like a lightning bolt or something? Or if we were to zoom in, like that would make a nice panel right here with just this. Just that. I think I want to do, I use this cross hatching over on this section right here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to put it right here. And then we're going to quit on this picture.
I'm gonna cook right. I'll be right back. And
no problem.
It might be laundry as well. I don't know.
No rush.
About 20 minutes. Yeah. Easy.
Easy peasy. All right. I'm taking back over. Take back over. What if he has a rope? Something like that. I don't think it works because it's vertical and the shadows are vertical too. All right, we're going to put this one aside. Who lives in a house? Is that a riddle? I live in a house. I'm a renter, but I do live in a house. All right, let's see if we can do this kid. He's like a boy knight. Originally got this drawing. This is Henry J. Ford. Well, let me show you the original drawing. I feel like I swiped it. I mean, I didn't copy it. I mean, I didn't trace or anything like that, but I copied the pose and the general idea of this youthful knight from a Henry J. Ford illustration. And I'm hoping and this one comes out good too.
Mine doesn't dry, EGB. I mean, it spins a lot, but it's probably not.
It could finish the laundry and cook some clay in one fell swoop. Or yeah,
I put it on for 20 minutes. I think that should be enough.
I didn't realize you were cooking your clay. Yeah, don't let it burn because it will burn actually. So
yeah,
I didn't think it would. I thought when I first started playing around with Scopy,
I did. Yeah, I read the instructions say nothing beyond 30 minutes, and nothing all above 135 degrees Celsius. That should be fine. It's like a small thing anyway. My actual laundry should be done, so like, in about a few minutes. So yeah, continue on with your work.
Absolutely. Whatever you do, don't. Well, the frying pan be a good weapon in a fantasy setting. It could cook food and heal you and deal heavy melee damage. You are correct. Well, if you play the old D&D, in the Dragonlance setting, there was a character called... Oh, shoot. I can't remember what her name was. But she was the barmaid or the tavern wench or whatever, and she was armed with a frying pan. And it indeed could cook food and deal heavy melee damage. There's also what's another one that I can think of in the Oriental Adventures book for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, first edition. You could get a helmet that doubled as a wok, so you could cook your food in your helmet. What I gather was pretty common, like in World War II and World War I. They would often use the helmets to cook in. I know that when I was in the Army, they called the helmet a cake pot. That was just get your cake pots on while they're yelling at you and stuff. Oh boy, good times. So right now, he's got like this cape that's behind him. This raggedy cape. Question asked and answered. Oh, and I was trying to do like these. They're like reverse fleur-de-lis. I don't think I got it though. I think I just kind of got this winged ankh design at this point. And if I can hide that one underneath. Alrighty. Oh, crud. All right. I don't think I'm doing it very well. Where's my brush? Here it is. All right. Where was I going with this? Just on the
I
scabbard.
need my screen up, by the way.
Oh. You don't need it up. No problem. Just let me know when you want it back. I swear I wasn't trying to eavesdrop in Sideburns' house. It is what it is. I wonder if I should black out maybe the shield. I think that it would mess up the shield if I did that. Like maybe the design or something. Dintu 2. This is why I think sometimes that you're an AI, that you're just like trying to like scrape answers. Someone is asking me, like someone's asking an AI somewhere. Someone's on like Bing Chat or ChatGPT, and they're asking that question, and like the AI comes to this channel. It comes to this channel in the form of Dintu 2, and he goes, "Oh, okay, there you go." Beep boop bop. I know you're not an AI. I'm teasing. Okay. So this is not how I usually draw chainmail, but this is how I saw it drawn, and I kind of want to do this sort of like really tight knit, almost like a striped weave for the chainmail. Oops. Keep on rolling. Keep it rolling. My girlfriend said this looked like my son. wonder if I should do that in black. Back in black. But what would be a good inanimate object as a sentient thing? Well, I guess the question is, does he? If it's inanimate, does it? I mean, it's inanimate; it can't move. It'd be pretty miserable, regardless, right? A toothbrush. Some kind of robot would probably do it, like a robotic toy. Like if I were to write a story of an inanimate object that becomes sentient, I think I would do a toy. Wouldn't you do a toy? I think that would be cool. I mean, it's been done before. Toy Story, for example. Obviously, I'm not the first person to have that idea. Toys are interesting, though. I'm a big collector of action figures. You can't move it. It's alive and it has feelings. That would be cruel, wouldn't it? What are you talking about? I was showing my the picture I did of Iseult that I turned into my inking class, and it had some of these plants on there, and somebody started counting the leaves. Like, I'm going to make sure it's not marijuana that you're drawing over there. Like, it's not. I don't even know what marijuana looks like. What are you talking about? It's a bush. It's a plant. They were trying to check me. I might have to find some reference for this mossy rock. It's just supposed to be a big rock. A toaster. Have you ever seen the Brave Little Toaster? It's one of those forgotten Disney movies. How do we do this? This is this tree. All right, let's try the sword. I'm scared of doing it. It's one of those where you have to hold your breath to make sure it goes in straight. It's going to start there and end there. Starts there and ends there. Drawing a straight line with ink is very intimidating to me. I'm sure that as I do it more, I'll get better at it. But it's actually very scary. I assume that I'll screw it up. I wonder if I should have started with the figure. Maybe I should have not done that. All right, the time is now 8:34. Should I switch over to my comic at this point? Or just continue with what I'm doing? I think I'm getting a pretty good groove right now. No? No. Maybe not. Are you inking the piece in a similar way to the original? Not exactly, not at all. In fact, I'll show you the original if I can find it. Hang on. It's Blueholm illustration. Let me show you this Blue Fairy book. It comes from this book called the Blue Fairy Book, and let's see if I can find it. And in the original, there's like a boy and a knight. Let's see. I'm searching for it. Hang on. I'll let you watch me search for it. Present. Where is it? Present. Share screen. Okay. Google.com. I think that'll do it. I do Blueholm cover. So it's public domain art at this point. And let's see if I can find it. It's not this one. It's this one. If I take this, hang on. Open image, a new tab. So let's see. It's not showing the same thing, or is it? It should. Why is it not showing that? Okay, hang on. I know why.
What?
How are you doing?
Good.
I'm presenting.
You didn't think I was muted, right? Because I muted
didn't.
myself.
Oh no, I didn't. Well, just as long as I didn't do it, I didn't want to.
Nope.
Okay.
That's all right.
This is the original drawing right here that I wanted to show. And as you can see, he's in like kind of a rocky gully.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a dragon. And it has this lovely, like, I really like these textures here up here, like the smoke or whatever that is. And then there's like is this a skull? Is this another, is it part of the dragon? I don't know what it is, but I like it. And then for my version, it doesn't look like that. I kept the rock. You can see my figure is different. Because I drew it by looking at it, but it's a reference, but I didn't do the exact same thing. Oops. Canceled. I referenced it, but yeah, it's definitely not being inked the same way. There's probably a lot I could learn by actually, drawing it and then trying to actually ink it the exact same way that what's his name? Henry Ford did it. Because like he blacked out this wing of the helmet, and I didn't do that, so I'm gonna black mine out now. What else did he do? Taking a look. Like all this would be shadow. That is an improvement. What is your opinion on Albert Wesker from the hit game Resident Evil? I will refer you to Din22 or perhaps even Sideburns, because I actually don't play Resident Evil. I don't
Albert
know.
Wesker.
Yeah, do you know? Do you have an opinion?
Albert Wesker. I've seen him betrayed in the Resident Evil 5 and 1. There are there's sort of the he's like sort of a double agent in the beginning with the games. So he's part of this like team in the beginning called the acronym STARS, which serve. It's like a special op on the police, like Raccoon City Police Special Department. They yeah, I think someone in chat knows the actual acronym, but they're called STARS, and he's part of the team. They get into a big mansion and they split up, and you know, you can play as either like Jill Valentine or Chris Redfield in the original. And you go about through the mansion finding stuff, like solving puzzles and like fighting monsters if you encounter them. And also then you go back to the beginning. At some point you go back to the opening, like the entrance to the mansion. You're there, you're in this big grand hall, and Wesker's not there for some reason. He said it would be and then he kind of has a heel turn in the later games as the truth is revealed. And then he's sort of like a comically he's a bit of like a the agents in Matrix. Kind of reminds me of that. A lot of the later Resident Evil games have influenced by the Matrix, which is not always a good thing. Mostly like especially in the CGI movies. There's this is a hilarious scene that's posted on Twitter X actually. It's got these two characters fighting with guns, like just avoiding. They're sort of like doing this weird gun fu where they avoid their
Oh yeah, I've seen that scene, and they're like,
oh my god,
they're like a foot away from each other, and they're shooting each other.
What are they doing? That looks so ridiculous.
Like, why is this this is a game? Like, this is so dumb. I was like watching it, I'm like, this is not cool.
Weird CGI, one of the weird CGI movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell like the developers or whoever designed that scene it was like, this is gonna look so cool.
He is a bit of a guilty pleasure character though. He's sort of unabashedly corny as a villain, like always he has like super villain dialogue in especially in 5.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love super villains. I think that's hilarious.
Complete global saturation. And it's funny, he kind of sounds weird. Like he has a weird accent, you can't tell. He's just maniacal villain with who uses the scientific research to give himself powers.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what you would do.
Mm-hmm.
If I had scientific research that would give me powers, I would totally do that.
I mean, nachos are out, but
sounds good. How do you make your nachos? They
they
have jalapenos on them. Do you get jalapenos in Australia?
From work, from the Bay Marie.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fair enough.
When the chef does it, but I just wanted tissues right now. This is a mess. I like Specifically, I actually had a chili con carne my friend made last night. It was very good. There was guacamole, sour cream, there was cheese. There was no beans in this. This one has beans though, but not the one I had last night. But it was still very tasty.
Yeah, I love chili. I love chili dogs. Like get a hot dog with chili.
I haven't had one of those.
Those are really good.
I've had dad milk dogs, which is like the
what is that? Is that with Vegemite? Like what's going on?
Fried hot dog. It's like a fried hot dog. You know, on a stick.
Oh, corn okay, dog? Yeah. We have a corn dog that we've had.
Yeah,
that we have in the US.
Mm-hmm. Get them all the time at the camera show.
Yeah. There is a place called Ann's Dairy Cream in Baltimore. It's a really old place. It's been there since like the 50s, and they sell chili dogs. But the way they make them is they throw the hot dogs in the deep fryer that they put the French fries in, so they're deep fried hot dogs.
Oh yeah,
they're really good.
Have you tried the peeled potatoes on a stick?
No, I've never heard of that.
A person peels an entire. Well, they'll peel an entire like potato in layers and then put them each of those like things on a stick and then fry them up and put any like seasoning you want. I put chicken salt and it was delicious.
That sounds awesome. So we have this place. You'll laugh about this. So one of the popular like steak places that you can get in the U.S. is called the Outback Steakhouse, and it's Australian themed. If it is, I mean, I don't know if it really is Australian themed, but they say it is. And one of the things that they make is the bloomin' onion. And the bloomin' onion is like an onion that's been, it's been chopped on the front and on the back, like at a cross position. And then they take that thing and then they dip it in batter, and then they deep fry it, and it comes out and it kind of spreads out like a flower, like a beautiful flower, and it's really good too. It's like an onion ring, but it's a full onion. I just imagine that this must be what they have.
We have a Taco Bell
in Australia. I have a Taco Bell.
I had Taco Bell in Sydney once. You guys didn't like have a Hooters over here, though. That's the only thing. You can get our Outback Steakhouse, which I don't
need to get that going on.
We don't. I think we do have Outback kind of cafe. Well, I think I remember seeing one like an Outback Cafe. How many beans are in my sketchbook? I haven't used bean method. Let's
answer this question here.
I haven't used many of the bean method, if that's what you're referring to.
I do use a beanish method. I mean,
sometimes called the pillar method.
If you watch any of my daily comic videos where I'm doing the roughs, you can see how I draw the figures, and there's plenty of beans in there. I'm not a very I don't try and innovate anything on those. I just try and get the form down. What if there's like a... There we go. I gotta figure out what's going on with this.
Where's my phone? Why is it telepathically not here?
We are approaching 8 o'clock. We still have 20 minutes or so. It's 7:47.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I have a little bit more time this week because I skipped last week. But boy, I don't know what happened, but I'm glad I did. I felt better like by that night, but I woke up with a definitely sore throat.
You didn't do tests for like COVID?
I didn't do a test. No test.
Oh. All right.
I've had it once.
Mm-hmm.
So and I know you can get it multiple times.
This is the weird thing. At the time, I had I knew I'd It's so weird. Apparently, if you go to do it in person at a special place, we had these things outside the hospital. These containers that people lined up to get their test by these like first like people, not paramedics, like healthcare workers. They have the test. Apparently, you can't get it done more than once there because they'll just say you've been positive. You have to it's a weird thing. I did it once and I got it again. Like I got it. Well, no, I got and I got a notification saying got it. Couldn't. I was positive, but after I stayed home and did I waited out. Then went back again. They said I was still positive, but I did like an at-home test, and mom said they were actually more reliable, which is odd. Which is
And
odd
she's a
thing,
doctor,
right?
so she would know. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like so weird. It's like you think the help like work here workers with all the equipment at hand,
Yeah.
would you know be more
Well, the crazy
accurate,
thing
but
to me is, so when I did get it, right? And I
mm.
know we're not supposed to talk about this because all they do
Can we
is
speculate it? We're not
can we
confirming whether or not.
we're speculating and spreading.
I
Oh,
don't know.
anyways, what happened is I start to feel sick. I've been vaccinated or whatever. I go and I
Yeah.
start to feel sick. I go in and they make you wear a mask, but you go in and everyone is totally like casual. Like they don't
Mm-hmm.
they're like, "Oh yeah, here's the you got to do the swab,
Mm-hmm.
do this. Come on right in." Like you go right in and they throw it in here and then they run the little test and they go, "Yep, looks like you got it." Right? And I go, "Oh, what do I do?" And they go, "Just go
Mm-hmm.
home." That's the treatment. Just go home. There is no treatment. They they didn't like, "Oh, I'm prescribing you these anti-COVID They don't prescribe you nothing. They just go home. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Chill.
We have like we had the exit like cordoned off, just the like one entrance out and then out the other way on the other side. Pretty standard. Bit more. It was, yeah. I think a lot of the people were like decked out and just protect, um,
Yeah.
germ proof gear.
So the other thing is like, I don't know, where was I going with the story? It was gone by that weekend. Like it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think I tested for it on a Wednesday. I took work off.
Mm-hmm.
The Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, Sunday. I started to feel good and was like, okay, well, you have to be like good for 5 days. So I took another 5 days off, but I was cool.
Uh-huh.
There's
Yeah.
no symptoms or anything. And then I went back to work. That was the And everyone was cool with it. I would thought it'd be like way worse. Like, oh, we need to see a negative report and a bunch of other, that wasn't how it was. I thought it was going to get worse. Like it did feel kind of rough that first night. I was like, uh-oh, shit's going down. But it was fine. It was fine.
I've heard some different, stories about it. Affect people differently, of course.
Absolutely.
None of actually
My tree.
now. I'm trying to find a reference.
You're trying to find a reference?
Yeah.
Would you like some suggestions?
I'm on my Pinterest. Don't worry.
Okay, no problem.
Try to be more active there.
The one thing, there was a time when I was just like, I was whipping through sketchbook pages. I would do 2, 3, sometimes 10 sketchbook pages. I didn't spend a lot of time on anything, and I didn't get a lot of like finished quote unquote drawings. And now I spend a lot more time on each one, and I think it's a better deal right now. But I think I was right to have been whipping through them when I was, because I learned a lot of stuff, even if it was sucky art. Like, but it was like power leveling. You were like, speed running on the figure or whatever, or that when I did that 100 heads challenge, you did it too. I learned a ton of stuff on that. I don't know if you did, but I totally did. My head's totally improved. Your head's improved too, as I recall.
I think so. Yeah, that's a noticeable improvement. Yeah. That's cool.
Another
Get
big
those.
game changer has been getting better art supplies. Like actually, like I still have pretty trashy paper in my notebooks. All right, his cape is really tangenting pretty hard. I might just black out his cape completely.
I'm looking at Silent Hill figures. There was some Figma nurses. I completed that game last night, or yesterday, Silent Hill 2.
Uh-huh.
Been wanting to for a while. Pretty cool. It's kind of one of those games that sort of like you think about after playing. Like you're trying to interpret on another, like, you know. It doesn't, it kind of gives you enough clues to form your own, like, opinion of what went down the story. And I played it a lot through the story. I sort of, it has a action difficulty which affects the combat mostly, and a puzzle difficulty. And I kept that at normal. You know, I did cheese it sometimes, but I thought the puzzles were good. They were just mostly riddles. Riddles, and the thing with Silent Hill, so the idea is there's this town that's sort of, apparently it's set in some Pennsylvanian town. Pennsylvania. I think
That's where Shell lives.
Shell? Is it Ghost Town? Oh, PA. The ghost town of Centralia was original inspiration for it. It's because of that place is known for like producing the fog, like a lot of fog around it. And I think it was due to some mining, so there's roads with like big, huge cracks in them. I wonder if you can share my screen with it for it.
Yeah, let's see. Can you share it?
I don't. Well, let me see if I can. I got lots of tabs open. I do this. Start mic. Wait, I'm in this? Okay. I'm not getting an option. Wait, yeah, I don't see my... Do I go to my thing, or... Wait. Oh, nope, that's wrong. I'll send you a link where you can look at it.
Okay, cool.
In your Guilded, check the messages.
Hang on.
Now.
Okay, hang on. Silent Hill. Hang on.
Goodness.
Shabuya.
And you look at the first result.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on. I'm going to try and pull it up in a second here.
Uh-huh.
I just got to find what tab it ended up in.
Uh-huh.
It ended up in this tab, Peter. Okay, hang on. Present. Screen. Share screen. There it is. Yeah, look at all these crazy. Look at that. That's terrifying.
Oh my god. I didn't... A freaking skeleton.
Yeah. Centralia, real life Silent Hill. PA's abandoned town. There was something to do with the mines where everybody had to leave.
Yeah.
There's a
town that has been burning for 60 years. I think it's something to do about a mining, like...
Yeah, there's a mining, there's a mighty exit. Welcome to Hell 666, yeah. So, man, there was like a YouTube short, and they were showing like these people that were just going into people's houses because all the houses are abandoned and the cars are still in the garages and stuff. Like when they moved out, they moved out all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go, Silent Hill. A good place for cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Look at this one. Visiting Centralia. Yikes. Welcome to Silent Hill. Crazy, man. Crazy. That's pretty insane. Ugh.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. But in the early games, both games had like these fixed camera angles, and you controlled the movement. Your character moved like a tank, so you had to push forward on the controller in order to move.
Uh-huh.
And you had fixed camera angles, which kind of led to the level design, like showed off the good level design, most of them. But both the games had a score you get at the end, and you can also fight enemies with guns or melee weapons. Although, unlike Resident Evil, where you're like a police officer, you get to play. You play this guy in the second one specifically. Well, in the first one, you play a guy whose daughter goes missing in this town, and you have to go find her. And in the second one, which I played, you play James, and his wife has been dead for 3 years because of cancer, and he gets a letter supposedly from her in this town, and he goes he gets told to go to this place where she will be, and so he enters this town that's inspired by Central Air, Pennsylvania, and it's full of fog. And yeah, he's not exactly. He's just more so a guy who has had whose past gets more unraveled as you go along. You learn more about him and the character, and there's also other characters who are going on a similar journey to him, and you learn more about them. And the town has a psychological effect on him as like the levels, like the level design changes the more you progress. It becomes more nightmarish. Yes,
That's kinda crazy.
Commissado, I did. Yeah. It's whereas in Resident Evil you're tasked with like finding like you're finding your way through this zombie apocalypse in this small town, but in Silent Hill, the town is sort of its own character. And
Uh-huh.
I will you know, is a character on its own in a way. And
Are you still playing it? Like live streaming it?
I already finished it yesterday, so
Uh I knew it was
and
up. I knew you were doing it.
yeah, but it's all right. But yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
yeah, it's a pretty cool game. It's a lot like for the time. It's really graphically pretty interesting. Um, like it has an open world part, and then you go into like buildings to solve puzzles.
I seem
But
to remember
also,
playing like a version of it on GameCube, and it wasn't that good. Like on GameCube for whatever reason. It might not have been Silent Hill though. I'm wondering. I think it was. Like we rented it.
GameCube. Oh, I
Was
think
there?
it's there's Silent Hill. There's 4 Silent Hills that are done by the same company, the same development team. Um, wait, Silent Hill and GameCube.
Was there one?
No,
There never was one.
there wasn't a Silent Hill 2. Shattered Memories is another one. Is I think that was on the Nintendo Wii. And now it's yeah.
We had a
Um,
GameCube and then we had a Wii. But we used
oh
to
yeah.
rent. We never really. I mean, I guess the kids had a lot of games. So I don't know.
Hmm.
And then we used to rent them because you could rent stuff anywhere. You could rent them from Blockbuster or whatever. But now you can't really do that anymore.
Yeah. And I like how the game is like it gives you. I feel like it gives you enough clues to what's going on, and that the horror kind of forms in the audience's imagination. Like like that's kind of the cool thing about like it's the horror aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be like walking through a hallway once and hear some weird crawling. Like, best game to play headphones on, definitely. With headphones on, like what? What?
Sounds
It's
good.
dark.
I loved
It's subtle.
Zelda Wind Waker.
Ooh.
That was my favorite on the old GameCube.
I played
GameCube for a long time.
I played Legend of Zelda 2 Skyward Sword. I used to
I'm not sure what that one is.
I used to play, that was on the Wii, but the original Ocarina of Time, I watched friends at school play it on the TV. Looked pretty fun. What is Trickster from DVD? DVD.
I don't know what that is.
I wonder if it says D&D.
Is it D&D?
DVD,
I don't know. I don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to give us more clues. But we're actually at time. It's 8:04.
No worries,
so thanks so much.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. I didn't get much drawing done, but it's so good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't get much drawing done because I was busy doing stuff anyway. But I hope you got as much as you wanted. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like it to me.
I did this, which I'll probably turn in and get roasted on, and then I'll...
He doesn't know Dead by Daylight, man. I don't think
Dead by Daylight. That's what it is. Is that it right there?
Trickster. I wouldn't know what you were talking about personally, but
Dead by Daylight. Got it.
I heard Pinhead.
I don't know that game. I gotta say, I'm not like the games I play are the ones that would bore you guys. I like Minecraft.
That's pretty popular.
Stuff like that. Yeah. I like the games that you can do like kind of creative stuff where it's kind of open ended, and like I really like Trove as an MMO because you could also put it into building mode, and that was fun. And like I don't like I call them roller coasters, or not roller coasters, railroads, where you just kind of go from scene to scene to scene to unlock the story, to play out the storyline. Like there's a lot that are kind of like that. They kind of got around it. Like Fallout 4 was kind of cool. But to me, it's almost the same kind of thing. It's just many branching storylines, and you nominally have control over the combat scenes. But I don't know. I have that one on PC right now. My son played it through. My son would do like crazy stuff where he would play Fallout 4, but he was like, this guy is only going to use melee weapons. So he would get a guy with like a baseball bat, but he would, start modifying it and doing stuff to it. But it was always just a baseball bat. Anyways. All right. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Please follow Duckling Star, the comic series. The link is up on the screen. Chapter 3 posted today. 60 pages, 60-something pages, possibly even more. 66 pages. Just for this chapter. And that's the third chapter. So we're talking about a truly epic.
Took a while. Not to understate. Took a while.
Yeah. But that's still awesome. I mean, that's super impressive, and what an accomplishment. And stay tuned. We're hopefully going to get, if the cover ever gets done, Adventure Awaits will come out soon. The book is done. The interiors are done. It's actually even been validated off of the print file validator, which is usually one of the last steps, but I went and validated it anyways early. We're just waiting on the cover. And then the next one, which is Weird Arcana, is going to be done in December. I am on page 16 of my story.
I still haven't started yet.
A couple of guys have gotten their stuff done. There's still time. If you want to do even a short thing, that's fine. If we end up going too short, we'll stretch that out too. We'll just stretch that out to January or whatever if we have to. Nobody's going to get fired.
Oh, jeez.
Right? It's going to be fine. Things are going really well, though, actually. And I've been really enjoying it. All right. So, talk to you later. Thanks so much. Hang on for a second. Please like, follow, and subscribe.
because all you of Earth are idiots.